Today we're going to take a look at 3 entry-level bongos by different manufacturers. This is just going to be a quick overview, looking at the build quality, talking about the differences that we found with the sound. For a more detailed review, you can check the links in the description to view our full reviews at musicalpros.com. So first up, we have the Union One Earth bongos. These are the cheapest of the 3 that we're looking at. I believe you can usually find them for around $40 on Amazon. The differences with these bongos, the tuning setup is different than the what you'll typically see on a pair of bongos. They tune from the top here, and they don't have a metal hook mechanism like you typically see, so they're actually more difficult to tune. I couldn't get these bongos to tune up as tightly as other bongos. Kind of left with deeper sound. It's a little bit more dull, less lively than you typically want to get out of a set of bongos, so that's a little disappointing. This metal, let me flip it over here. This metal lip is kind of a pain when you pick up and move the bongos with it. It's kind of easy to cut your fingers on it, actually, so I wouldn't recommend this set of bongos for kids because of that. Looking at the inside of the bongos here, you can see it looks kind of rough. It's not a whole lot of build quality to it when you compare it to what we'll see with the Tycoon Percussion bongos, which are only $10 or $15 more. Kind of wobbly here, you can see I could probably go in and tighten those up, but yeah, that's a little disappointing. This metal ring on the bottom here is really just for show, and it's kind of coming off in places. Kind of like push it back in. Overall, the sound isn't terrible on these. It's just not quite like the typical bongo you might expect. Just a little bit deeper, but not terrible. The heads feel a little bit more synthetic. I believe it's supposed to be just a natural skin, but just feels a little bit more rubbery than the other bongos. Moving on to the next set, we have the GP Percussion B2 bongos. So these are a step up from the Union One Earth in a lot of senses. The drum heads kind of feel a little bit dry, a little bit almost like, I don't know, they just feel dry and thin. The hardware, you can see the tuning hardware is the typical style you'll see with higher end bongos with the hooks. It tunes with a wrench here. One thing you'll notice, the inside of these, they look cleaner, better build quality. This is kind of a laminated outside. One thing I did notice is on these, the tuning gear doesn't really fit the drum shell perfectly. You can see there's a gap along the outside. I don't think it really affects how it sounds, but just one thing to note. The sound on these aren't really that great. Get definitely a higher pitched, more lively sound out of it, but just sounds a little bit more, just a little bit hollow, I guess, of a sound. But overall, these aren't bad. Definitely a decent set of bongos for beginners. But let's bring in the Tycoon Percussion Ritmo bongos here. These are definitely by far the best value. I believe these are the same price as the GP Percussions. You can find them for around 50 bucks. And the quality on these is just really high. Skins feel great. Everything on this feels really good. Got like a coated metal. The outside is kind of like a matte shell. I believe it's cyan oak wood. Everything fits together really well and is just really polished and clean on it. It tunes up really easily. It sounds really great. So overall, I would definitely recommend going with the Tycoon Percussion Ritmo bongos as your first set. They're just much higher quality than anything else in the price range from what I've found. So if you want to read more information about any of these bongos, check the description or just visit us at musicalpros.com anytime for more information on beginner instruments.